8, the Texans at 9, the Bills at 10, the Cowboys at 11, who they got beat yesterday bad by the Bills, the Titans at 12, the Raiders at 13, the Steelers at 14, the Rams at 15, the Colts at 16, the Browns at 17, the Panthers at 18, the Chargers at 19, the Eagles at 20, the Bears at 21, the Jets at 22, the Jaguars at 23, the Falcons at 24, the Broncos at 25, the Cardinals at 26, the Bucks at 27, the Lions at 28, the Redskins at 29, the Dolphins at 30, the Giants at 31, and at 32 he has the Cincinnati Bengals, who have not won a football game all season. So those are the power rankings, guys, that I had gotten, that I downloaded on Wednesday. Again, guys, I was prepping for the show on Wednesday. I got off work early today. I would usually be working at this time, but due to the Thanksgiving holiday, not a lot of bank things are going on. So I got off early, and I am home, and I got on here because this will give me a chance to be able to enjoy the evening. I will get into college football later on at the end of my show, because the USF Bulls are traveling to Orlando tonight to play the the UCF Knights later this evening, and I'm hoping for a not to be a blowout, but I have a funny feeling it will be a blowout. But this will end a very dreadful season for USF. Again, guys, I will get into college football later in the thing, because I wanted to leave some time for other things going on and stuff like that. I have some golf stories too, but I'll get into college football later, because I had a lot of people who wanted to come on and talk about the rivalry games that are happening tomorrow. Of course, there's a game if you're a USF or UCF fan, that's tonight. Texas and Texas A&M is playing. If you are an Egg Bowl fan, Mississippi State beat Ole Miss last night, despite the celebration in the end zone by an Ole Miss player who was squatting like a dog peeing. I don't think that's a good look for Ole Miss, but again, I don't know what these guys are thinking when it comes to touchdown celebrations. Again, that's a whole different thing to me. Again, guys, if you didn't hear me earlier in the show, you could see that if you're watching me on Facebook Live, that the microphone is now in front of me and not on the side of me anymore. I tested it out yesterday. I like it where it's at now. You guys can still see it, and I have an ability to where I can step back and still talk to you guys without having to be right up next to it here. Sorry, guys, if you hear some noise in the background. Again, I am at home during the day. But anyway, guys, let me go ahead and get into some golf news. Again, this is not something that golf season is over for now. It will start back up, guys, in a few months in February. I also want to say before I go on, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving yesterday. Just want to say that because it was a good holiday for me yesterday. It was a very, very nice, relaxing day yesterday. Very productive day for me as far as some of my extracurricular activity stuff. As far as writing goes, I got some stuff done. I got some time to do that. But I just want to say, hey, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving yesterday. I know I did. So, again, guys, back to golf. The season doesn't start, guys, until February. And they will be playing. Usually the golf starts the season in Hawaii. So who would want to start their season in Hawaii? Because I sure would want to start my season in Hawaii if I could. But they're starting their season in Hawaii. But this is not a Hawaii thing. This is going on right now on the European tour. If you guys know who Sergio Garcia is, Sergio has won one major. He won a Masters a few years ago, won his first and only major. And He is returning to a golf course in Saudi Arabia where he damaged greens after being disqualified. He damaged some of the greens during the Throne of European Tour event. Garcia, part of the situation put forward by European Tour in the aftermath of disqualification. Garcia received approximately $650,000 for the tournament and was not asked to return any of it. The tournament was won by Dustin Johnson and is played during the same week as the PGA Tour's Waste Management Phoenix Open, which is the most loudest golf hole in all of the PGA Tour on 16. In case you guys don't watch golf, I would definitely tune in to watch that tournament because that is one of the loudest golf holes on the planet. They're in Phoenix, where they play the Phoenix Open. There in Arizona. Some ladies golf news, guys. I'm one of those rare males on the planet that likes to watch ladies sports. I like to watch ladies golf. I watch softball when it's on. I like to watch ladies soccer, so that's just me. Maybe I'm different, but I do pay attention to the LPGA Tour because, guys, when I was playing high school golf many, many years ago, about 18 years ago, I was playing against a LPGA Tour star named Brittany Lincecum, who's in my area, who I think is almost getting ready to hang it up totally to start a family, which, you know what, we don't blame her, but she is a hell of a player, and she was a hell of a player then. But this is something to try to get boosts on the LPGA Tour. It looks like the Ladies European Tour approved a plan to partner with the LPGA Tour in hopes of expanding women's game in Europe and beyond. The tours keep their identities in a 50-50 joint venture. This will let the immediate access LPGA Tour, the LPGA Tour Commissioner Mike Wayne said last week, it could lead to that. For now, he says to let players who would have access, or let the European Tour players have access to LPGA Tour Q Series, Q tournaments in consecutive weeks. It sounds like this is a good thing for women's golf, guys, moving forward. This is something that has gone on for a while, as far as trying to get ladies golf to be more prominent. And I think the major reason, and I wrote an article, you can go on iRock Media about this, the reason that I think that women's golf is not as appealing as it is in men's golf is a lot of men believe that women don't belong on the golf course and that they belong in the beverage cart or they belong as a caddy. There's a lot of good players out there that are female caliber that can play golf. I got my butt kicked many times by a female. I also believe, too, that another reason why it's not appealing is the fact that not a lot of, being that it's not so popular in America, is if you watch the PGA Tour, guys, a lot of the top PGA Tour players are American. So a lot of people will watch because it's an American thing. In the LPGA Tour, it's not that way. There's a lot of foreign girls from Korea and China and Japan who are on top, and it's hard to watch because there's no one from the United States outside of Lexi Thompson who really is up near the top of the leaderboard. And it struggled that way. It's been that way for a while. And it's disappointing in the fact that it's that way. But until the American ladies can step up and get to the top of the standings, it will be nice. But this is definitely a step in the right direction for allowing the LPGA European Tour players now to play here and vice versa. So it'll open up more doorways for the European women who want to come play LPGA Tour events, which will only, again, help expand the tour. So that will definitely be a good thing moving forward for women's golf. Like I said, guys, not a lot of people watch women's golf. I do. If you know I don't usually advertise this, but if you ever follow me on Instagram, a lot of my stuff saved is a lot of golf swings, and a lot of them are female, a lot of them are male. But I do follow golf closely, and the reason that I follow it so closely is I have been playing golf since I was 5. My late uncle passed away on Christmas Day 3 years ago. And again, that day is coming up, guys. That is the next major holiday coming up. And every year it's hard, and it gets harder that he's gone. But he's the one that taught me how to play the game. I had a friend of mine from roller derby say the other day that golf is the devil's game. I'm not sure what that means. I didn't take it as an insulting thing. I took it as a joke. It's a very, very tough game to play. It takes a lot of patience. That's why a lot of people don't play it. It's a fun 4 hours, and not to be funny, but I'm going to try to make a joke here. There are 3 things in life you don't have to be good at to enjoy, and that is sex, golf, and bowling. So that's on that list. But that is how that goes. But that's why I follow golf so closely, is because of that reason. And I follow the LPGA Tour because of Brittany, because I played against her in high school. So I follow golf very closely on that venture there. But this is a good step, I think, for LPGA Tour golf. I think this is a good step for them, and we'll have to wait and see how it develops, what happens on tour. Maybe I'll keep you guys informed if I hear anything new about it moving forward. Let's jump in, guys, before I get into the 2 big topics I had today were hockey and NCAA football. And I have some baseball news. I got my golf news out of the way. But I got baseball news where the top free agents are on the market. I'll go ahead and get into that, guys. But there's not really a lot going on in baseball, other than, of course, if you did listen to, of course, we're still waiting to see what Commissioner Rob Manfred will do about the Houston Astros cheating scandal. I did hear on the radio here locally the other day that the investigation now is not only going back to 2017, they're doing 18 and 19. This could be a huge, severe penalty for the Houston Astros. If you guys do not know what I'm referring to, the Houston Astros have been caught cheating using a camera set up in center field to steal signs from a catcher, and then it was recorded through a TV monitor to someone that was sitting near the clubhouse at Minute Maid Park and would bang on a trash can multiple times for curveball, once for a changeup, no for a fastball. It would come down to that. It has been broken down. You can YouTube it, guys. The guy that broke this was on New York radio. He's a big Yankees fan. A lot of people will say, oh, he called out the Astros because he's a Yankees fan. No, I watched the interview he did on the radio. He is not calling them out because he's a Yankees fan. He's calling them out because he wants baseball to be what baseball is. He wants it to be a true sport, but he also wants it to be fair to everyone. The only thing that the question that I have with that is how do we know no one else was doing this too? They may not be the only team in Major League Baseball that did this. So moving forward, there's going to be some heavy penalties handed down. There's definitely going to be fines handed out to the organization. And most likely, if you want to hit them hard, guys, you're going to have to take draft picks away. You're going to have to take draft picks away and stuff like that. That's the only way you're going to hurt them in the future. And it looks like to me now, will they come up with something more complex the next time? Is there already something in Major League Baseball that's more complex with the whole cheating scandal? We'll have to wait and see what happens. I haven't heard anything new about that yet. I know the winter meetings are getting ready to wrap up. I think they wrap up Monday or sometime next week. They wrap up. So we'll hear a lot, I believe, next week. So on next week's show, I'll definitely get into what happened, what the punishment was for the Houston Astros moving forward. But here, guys, are the top 10 rumored ranking top 10 free agents in MLB right now. So again, guys, there are 87 free agents in this year's class. Here are the top 11. He has top 11. This is by Ryan Fagan. And here are his thoughts.